Now, Boitumelo's journey with vitiligo began at the age of 12, when she started noticing vitiligo in the least visible areas of her body. Some years later, after going through a tough time with her appearance, she began a campaign to bring about awareness on vitiligo and started a Facebook page where she posted images without makeup as a way to express her self-acceptance and her journey. Her page has grown immensely and has contributed in spreading more positive awareness on vitiligo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much.
What a journey you've been on. Take us to when you were 12 years old and you first started noticing differences.
Well, back then it wasn't really such a big deal. It was very strange, obviously. And I went to the doctor with my mom. They gave me some cream to put on it. And that was...
How did it start? Was it very noticeable at first or small? And how quickly did your changes start happening?
So it started on my tummy, and it was like the size of a 5-rand coin. And then it started appearing under my armpits, on my scalp, so very hidden areas of my body.
Yeah.
So growing up from that age to now, I didn't really have that much to worry about until I got out of high school, which was when it started actually spreading rapidly in visible areas, most especially my face.
Yeah.
So that's when I actually had to deal with the shock.
And what did it feel like? Like, what did you deal with? And I mean, I can't even imagine that. I think, you know, when you, as a woman, you think of how you feel about yourself and the importance that you put on your look. I can imagine it must have been quite hurtful to you. How did you cope with it?
It was quite hard at first. I mean, when I was younger, I'd get questions like, do you drink hot stuff? Which would be brandy. I know, right? And then getting out of high school, I started doing makeup. That's when brows and fleek became a thing. So doing that and covering up my face kind of worked and made sense.
Yeah.
But I'm a person that actually sweats a lot. So makeup wasn't my thing, and it became like a huge discomfort. And when I finally just had to deal with it and stop covering up and putting makeup on so people can be more receptive towards me, I chose to be more receptive to myself and then allowed the rest of the world to follow, and that's how it worked.
Because I think when you're used to looking at yourself in one way, you know your own face. But then, like, you are so beautiful, but I suppose you're just different to what you were used to looking like.
Yes.
So, I mean, tell me about your process of accepting yourself and really falling in love with yourself, I suppose.
Well, when it started out, my first instance, I got a really bad comment on social, which was someone who was just like, you have semen on, you look like you have semen on your face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
well, that's a lovely human being.
Wow, it was quite shocking, but I read it, absorbed it, deleted it.
Yeah.
And then just going through the journey of me accepting myself, I started seeing a change in other people. So accepting myself made me more comfortable with myself, and I didn't have to worry or try to control everybody else's mind when they receive me.
I absolutely love how you love yourself, and I mean your Instagram is so beautiful. Like,
thank you.
You embrace yourself, and it's such an amazing example of just accepting yourself and enjoying who you are as a person. I think it's such an important lesson for everybody to learn how to love yourself. Tell me a little bit about the idea of your campaign. How that came about. I mean, it is so beautiful.
Thank you. So initially when I started out, I had a Facebook page because Facebook wouldn't allow you to have more than 5,000 friends.
Yes.
So growing up, I was just that person that was popular. And then when I came about being spotted beauty was when I started identifying with myself. I spent a lot more time looking at myself and understanding how I look.
Yeah.
I made it more about me understanding and knowing who I am as opposed to letting everybody else make that decision for me.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey. It's been a lot of growth.
Yeah.
You grow from seeing that and then trying to understand what type of person you are, if you fit in. And at that time, there really wasn't that much representation at all, actually. You know, so it was a very internal thing to deal with first and then come out about it. So starting to seeing more people that are a lot like myself made me feel better and a lot more comfortable with myself, like Winnie Harlow, for instance. But that's like someone
she's
who's
incredible. But I mean, who's the guy in your campaign? Because he's magnificent as well.
Tevin Finn. Yes. Tevin Finn. So we met on social media.
Yeah.
And he followed me because he saw someone that looked like him too. And when I found out that he's just in Durban, I was like, I really have to go there. So I set the intention to go and see him and do work together, and because I could see the vision. And even though no one else could, but I was like, people love us together.
Yeah.
Let's do something. And we did that, and it grew just from that intention and knowing exactly what it is that I was doing.
I want to know some of the positive stories that have come from your blogs and from this campaign. Have people been reaching out to you as well? That, you know, I can imagine like young people going through this. You are such an icon for them.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, it's true.
I definitely have received a lot of messages. In this journey, I've come to realize that I stand for more than just people that have vitiligo.
Yeah.
I stand for the big
sure.
girls. I stand
but
for...
just beauty and body positivity
Yes.
and accepting yourself as beautiful.
Yes. So going through that journey, I realized that a lot of people are actually experiencing things that aren't so common to people, and society always makes you feel like you can't really talk about it or you can't really bring it out. I mean, for example, like Nasty C, who had something that he has to deal with, and it was very different. But being so different isn't what makes you like an outskirts or type of person that shouldn't be there, but it makes you beautiful, and it's what should be celebrated. We've been conditioned to living in such a way that we should all really be the same, but we're not. And I'm getting to that point where I'm celebrating everybody's difference. What makes you different is what makes you beautiful.
And you are so magnificently beautiful. I've just got one more comment. Your collaboration with Sabahle, your doll. Congratulations. What a beautiful, beautiful doll.
Thank you so much. And yeah, it was a magical experience receiving that doll. I didn't even think I would have that feeling when I opened it. And it just goes to show how representation is so important, and how realizing that being the best version of yourself makes everybody be inspired to be the best version of themselves. And that's what matters the most. So working with them was great, and getting to give away that very same feeling, you know, to another little girl out there. Because, I mean, some girls and boys, it starts much younger. And some women my age are also still dealing with it. So they should have a doll. I mean, there's this idea that dolls are for kids, but you still have a child inside of you. And having something that represents who you are is the most amazing feeling in the world. So knowing that they wanted to collaborate and do something like that made me extremely happy.
Well, you are so beautiful and such an inspiration. You are absolutely the essence of what an Afternoon Express woman is all about. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to chat to you a little bit after the break as well.